Here for you on setting up, doing proposals for your clients. And so I have an editable proposal here for you that you can use. You can add your own branding to it. You can change the language around. You can change the prices. So you've got a total document here. This is a template for what you guys can use to send your clients proposals. And when you get these down really fast, they don't take a lot of time, so you're not spending a lot of time for every client figuring out what you're going to send them. Now, in the online audit, evaluation, and plan, you are going to spend time figuring out exactly what each client needs. But based on an initial consultation where you might spend 15 minutes or so talking with a client, 15-20 minutes, and finding out what their needs are, you should be able to send them very quickly a proposal for services and client responsibilities. And for the most part, it pretty much stays the same. Your prices may change, and a few of your services might change. But basically what I have here is, and I would send it as a PDF so that they cannot make changes. So what you have here is phase 1, social media setup and launch. And this is a custom setup and launch package that's costing, that I'm charging $5,000 for. I'm proposing a $5,000 charge for this package. It's including the evaluation, audit of their current stuff and their plan. Now, in the services module, I also told you that I sell this individually, separately, which I do. And when I sell it now standalone, it is a $2,500 package just for that, okay? So that is why this price went up. So they spend $2,500 with me on that, but I wouldn't put that here. I'm just letting you know that I'm not actually doing a full audit here. I'm just sending them a proposal of what it would cost to work with me. So the first thing I do when I work with every client is their online audit and plan, and whether they buy that just by itself or whether they actually invest in a full social media setup and launch package. There's still that work still needs to be done, so that work still needs to be paid for. Additionally, if they're not doing a full setup and launch package or an ongoing implementation package, they really don't need a proposal. They just need to know what they're getting and how much you charge for it. So you could probably just copy paste a little blurb about it and how much it costs and send that to the client instead of a full-on quote proposal, right? This also for your big corporate clients, sometimes they'll call this a letter of engagement. So just beware of the different lingo here. But basically, I'm letting them know what goes into each piece, and that online audit and strategy and plan is where I assess what they're currently up to. I create the plan for what we're going to do moving forward for each of their social media profiles. The client is responsible for providing me with their content. I'll be doing some research, and I'll be defining what the content strategy is moving forward and how we can integrate that into their existing marketing plan and to their existing social media strategy. Now, the second part of phase 1, which again is actually usually is the first 30 days, is the tech setup and graphics. So based on everything that I find out in the online audit and plan, if they need branding, if they need a custom Facebook tab, if they need setup and optimization, integration with their website, all of those kind of things would come in the tech setup and graphics. And that's usually running me about $1,500. And so you've got the $2,500 and the $1,500, which puts them around $4,000. And this is where, again, if you go back to module 2, the tech setup, graphics, branding, phase, that's all that stuff that you would be doing on the client, for the client, where you make sure you've captured all their usernames, that they have consistent graphics and images, that their website has links to their social media icons, etc. Okay, so you're looking for branding and consistency in that. And then I'm not And then just all in all, we will prepare all of their social stuff to be ready for phase 2, where they can choose the mid-level or a custom package, which I'm giving them choices for here. And you guys can also see both of those, and you'll just pick one. But sometimes this means dealing with their content. Sometimes this means working with their web developers. And so just the act of kind of playing project manager there is where I would add in another $1,000 for that first 30 days of phase 1, which is the social media setup and launch. Now, continuing on on page 2 is phase 2, okay? And I'm going to assert that they are going to do the mid-level package here. It's with me, and that's $2,500 a month. This is actually now the smallest package that I offer, but it includes reputation management, content distribution, engagement, audience building, and they get the strategic consulting. So I'm letting them know that they're getting on their Facebook fan page, their Twitter, and their YouTube channel. They're getting content distribution, and they're getting about 4 status updates per day to Facebook and Twitter, 1 status update to another network up to twice per week if we were going to use LinkedIn or Pinterest or something else. That we will be doing some influencer outreach, and we will be doing some follower management. We will be doing engagement, which means we'll be responding and talking to users. We'll be approving content. We'll be responding to anybody who talks to us. We'll also be proactively generating engagement for the client. And I'm saying up to about 60 minutes daily because I want them to know that we are spending some time doing this, but you don't want to get stuck in a dollars for hours kind of thing. So you want to fully explain that to them. Just, you're going to be spending at least, or you're going to be spending up to about an hour a day just creating engagement. We'd probably break this up into 2 30-minute segments for someone who worked for me. Reputation management and monitoring does not take 30 minutes a day, but this is where you set up the alerts to monitor mentions of their name, their usernames, their product names, that type of thing, where you're responding to customer service requests, and that if there's something urgent that needs to be handled, that you will coordinate with somebody on their team. And then they get a call. This is not bi-weekly anymore. This is now a monthly call for me. Where I do consulting based on what we did the last month. We turn in our reports and we talk about what we're going to do next month. So you can add or remove services from these proposals. If you just go look at back up at the documents here in the pricing and packages, and you can just add or remove different types of services from here. So you're not going into detail about the how or the why or the who or the what. You're just sticking to the what. What will you be doing? Okay. This doesn't really give them a lot of information from a strategy perspective, and that's the point. You just want to let them know. I even have some proposals more recently where I just say these are the things that we're going to focus on, and I don't even go into any more detail. Okay, whoops, we don't want that. All right, so now the last thing which you need to include in all of your proposals is be really clear about what your client needs to provide. The client needs to provide you with your password for all of their existing profiles. Any graphics or any written content that they have that you can use, video content would also be included here. If they've done any keyword research or any other online marketing research that you can use to incorporate into your strategy. Again, there's that content creation we talked about. This is more branding related. This is more content related. They need to be available in that first phase to provide guidance to help you set everything up. They need to be able to approve things that you send them. And if things go, I also ask them to be available if their account goes above and beyond what's expected. It's best if they know that they should be on standby to interact with the customers or respond to customer service issues and implement my ideas if necessary. And then I just have a little disclaimer in here about if things do go above what we've proposed here and we execute the work, that there'll be additional charges. That if the client isn't cooperative in giving me feedback quickly and in a timely manner and in an efficient way, that there may be revisions to my work, there may be charges. And then once phase 1 is over, if the client decides to go back and revisit some of those things that are in phase 1, like branding and graphics and content creation, that I may charge more as well there. So I would send this to a client and I would say, here you go. I look forward to working with you. Respond back to me and let me know when you're ready to move forward. And then at that point, along with that in that email, I would go ahead and send them a way to pay me. In my case, I use a shopping cart, so I would be sending them a link to click on and enter their credit card information. I would probably also go ahead and send them, just assuming that they're going to come on, their client info sheet. And I might remind them to send me that and anything else that I would need to get started. So that is a basic proposal. Now, a couple of extras that you might include, if and only if the client asks for it, is a key accomplishments doc. And this is kind of an old one because I don't really send it anymore, but this is an old key accomplishments doc that I used to use, and it is just talking about some of the highlights of the things that we've done as an agency, building social media clients to more than 90,000, both are well over 100,000. A YouTube video strategy that I did for a very, very independent film, which is now over 100,000 views. So this is old. And then some of the work that I did with a company called Tech Karaoke to promote an offline event that they did. So that's a key accomplishments doc. The other piece that I have here is samples of my work. So I do have a couple of clients. These are all past clients that I don't have a problem letting people know that I've done work for. I do try to find relevant accounts. That means that the account that I'm giving them a sample of has something to do with the account that I'm proposing. And again, I would only send the sample work and key accomplishments document if the client asked for it. I would not voluntarily send it. All right, I hope that helps you get started writing your proposals. Feel free to use this editable doc. And remember, this is not your online audit or evaluation doc. That's something different, so you're going to want to watch that video. This is just the proposal to quickly edit and send to new potential clients, along with the things that you'll need to get started on their account so that they... I'd send this after a follow-up conversation where maybe I already explained some of these things, and then we would get approval. They'd say that they're ready, and we'd move forward.